Hey everybody, how's it going? We're playing Donkey Kong 64 again. I am inside of the temple where we found Lanky because I don't know, we're right on the one warp, and I figured, why the hell not do this now? This is a nice golden banana. I kind of like this room. I think it's really cool. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This is my introduction. So I accidentally picked up 5 bananas on top of the other side of the one warp, which, I don't know, kind of sucks. I didn't actually mean to. I meant to warp without actually hitting those, but whatever. I mean, it's not a huge deal, because I was still recording while I did it, so I could like splice in the clip if I wanted to, and I'm not sure I'm even gonna bother with that. But and B, I mean, it was only 5 bananas, and I'm pretty sure I walked by them already. So yeah. But let's stomp down this Lanky switch here. This is Lanky. There's a reason why they call him Lanky, and that is because he is really fucking lanky. Like if I didn't get a good shot of his arms, but this is basically like a guessing game. Basically what you have to do is you have to match the sound effects with like the colors. So like there are 4 of each color, as you can see. I'm not really sure how these line up. No, I've screwed that up. Yeah, they have ridiculous sound effects in this. But yeah, if you have to line up the color and the sound effects. So basically, like once you get these all spinning, you're good to go, and that'll be. Oh, is that a train or something like that? Oh, it's a nice burp sound effect. Is it this one? I think it was this one. Yeah, there's a lot. Like, I don't know why they took the time to record so many different burping sound effects for this game, but it sounds ridiculous. Like, there's something later in this game, also involving Lanky, that is just utterly ridiculous, and it's freaking awesome. I love it. And there's so many burping sound effects, and they basically just like this one is super easy. I mean, it's just basically a matching game. In all honesty, most of the golden bananas in this game are really easy to get, and they probably won't take you much time at all. I saw a DK switch in here somewhere too, and I want to get that. I'm gonna come back here later with Tiny Kong once she's got her move from Cranky, and Lanky Kong once he's got his instrument, which, yeah, here's the switch right next to this mofo that is pretty much unkillable. I think you can kill him with grenades or something like that. What does this do? Oh, that's where that is. I was kind of wondering where that was. I thought you had to like go through the hoop, but apparently I was wrong. I was thinking of something else. But yeah, there's a lot of cool sound effects in this game, and there's also a lot of freaking terrifying sound effects in this game. Like for example, the banana metal sound effect. That is absolutely terrifying for me. I'm kind of a wimp when it comes to these things, though, because these things scared me as a kid. I played this game when I was like 6 or 7. Actually, I got this game when I was 6 and just about to turn 7, because I got it for Christmas in 1999, and I would have been 6 when that happened. Dude, did you seriously do that? Dude, ugh, Donkey Kong, what are you doing to me, man? You have the longest jump in the game, I'm pretty sure. Him or the last Kong, whose name I'm trying not to mention because it's I don't know. It's not really spoilers, but at the same time, I kind of feel like it is. It's like is spoilers a little bit. But here you get to see Donkey Kong's new move, which makes the game go extremely loud.
Squawk! This ability uses your crystal coconuts. Cancel the move by pulling out your gun.
That's basically how you cancel everything in this game, is you just pull out your gun. It's the exact same control, and that's how I always think about it. And that's how I think about, like, walking in what you call it, Banjo-Tooie. Like, doing the Talon Trot, that's how you do it. It's the same keys as pulling out your gun. And this is the first bonus stage of the game, holy crap. Sneak around the maze to the checkered flag. There's a lot of these, and this one in particular I really suck at, and I cannot see anything. Holy crap. But basically you have to, like, just sneak your way through this maze without getting spotted. It's generally not that bad. Hopefully I don't fail at this completely. I don't know where I'm actually supposed to go. But they get progressively harder as the game goes on, so yeah, just keep that in mind if you're not very good at these to start. There's one of these in a later world that I remember being really hard, and I'm pretty sure that this is like DK only has to do these. Oh, I was caught. Oh no. And the burping sound effect. The token burping sound effect. It comes out everywhere in this game. Oh man, this is gonna take me like 40 attempts, isn't it? I don't know why I always do this move through these, but I feel the need, goddammit. I'm gonna wait for you. I'm gonna go this way because I feel like this is the correct way to go. I'm gonna go left this time. Well, not left, right. I actually don't... Well, I have a friend that has no idea how to tell the difference between left and right, and it's almost comical. Okay, I could not see the goal at all. I hope you guys can in the video later, but it was so dark that there was just no way. There was no. It was like no. There was just no. And I'm not entirely sure what the point of this warp is, other than to get that one balloon with Diddy Kong. I mean, yeah, I could warp back, but this is way more fun because I'm absolutely invincible. Come at me, bro. Come at me, all of the bros. The bro army. Freaking PewDiePie's army can come after me and they will do nothing because I'm invincible Donkey Kong and he is absolutely invincible. Now what else is there to do? I guess I could go back to the entrance and go and collect that golden banana for Donkey Kong, and I totally screwed that up. See, Donkey Kong almost has like a triple jump, because you could do this, and then jump, and then do that, and you get so much distance with that, it's ridiculous. How many... I really want to know how many tokens Tiny Kong has, but you can't check that unless you're actually, like, doing the thing that does things and stuff, and the people and the guys and stuff and the things, and yeah. I almost want to leave the world and go and get that move that will basically, like, eliminate the need for coins for the rest of the game for everybody. Which has to do with these, by the way. There's a move that you get. Why did I do that? For the record, and I didn't figure this out until I was like 16 or 17, you can only pick up certain golden bananas with certain Kongs. Don't ask me why, because I have no idea. But that's just the way they designed the game. That's just the way it is. Actually, I went to this museum thing, and it's not really a museum. It was like a car museum almost. It's called Gasoline Alley. It's in Calgary, and it's just basically like a museum of a bunch of old vehicles that they have just like kicking around, and they also have like gas pumps. They had a couple planes there and a bunch of old army boxes, and we went there the weekend that my family came out for my graduation, and yeah, we had some fun times there because there was this like really old dude in the basement who was like 80 years old, and he was a civil engineer from a while ago. He was telling stories about like, yeah, it's like his adventures like being a student as a civil engineer, and he was saying like when you had a guest lecturer, like when they talked, you listened. By the way, that was the sound effect that they do, or that the game does when you collect all of the bananas on a stage, which probably happened quite a bit. So yeah. But he was saying like, yeah, when an engineer like comes and guest lectures for you, and they're talking, you listen. And he was saying that like, actually I should go and get Lanky's instrument right now, because I think I got Tiny's. I'm not entirely sure if I did, but I'm pretty sure. And no, I didn't get Lanky's, but he was saying like when these people talk, you listen. And I was thinking the exact same thing about him. Is like he is talking. And I was thinking, like, if he's talking, I better listen to what he has to say, because he's got, like, so much experience under his belt. Like, he was, like, 80 years old, and had worked as a civil engineer for, like, I don't know, it was, like, 50 years or something like that. It was ridiculous. But yeah, he had so much experience under his belt, and just, like, everything that he said I found really interesting. But I also found very interesting the fact that my sister was there. And he asked what my uncle did. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm like he's basically like a mechanical technician. Like he does like he designs like heating systems for places and like buildings and hospitals and stuff like that." What am I doing right now? I should go and get. I don't actually know. I'm gonna go get these bananas before I forget, because I will forget. Getting all the bananas is important, except it's not actually that important. But I guess we can go back in that temple again now that I have Lanky's instrument. Actually, I don't have the move for Tiny yet, which I should check and see if she's got enough coins for. But anyways, I found it really interesting, the fact that he asked my uncle what he did, he asked me what I did, and he did not even give a glance to my sister. Like, she was there the whole time, she was listening, and she pointed this out after the fact, and I was like, huh, you're totally right. Like, he did not even pay the slightest bit of attention to you. Like, she was there the entire time, and could have been invisible. Like, he did not even look at her or acknowledge the fact that she existed. He was just very interested in, like, me and my uncle, because I said, like, oh yeah, I just graduated from mechanical engineering and stuff like that, and he was, like, actually, like, mildly interested in that, like, where I graduated from and stuff like that. But yeah, my sister was there and did not pay him a glance. And what is this one called? Pumice Wacom Orangutan. This is quite possibly the most useful move in the entire game. So basically it's like a handstand, Z and then B, but it also sounds very annoying while you're walking around on your hands. It's a very cool move, don't get me wrong, but it sounds very annoying, and there are coins on the way here. God damn it, this is dilemma-ing. Well, I guess I'll go with Tiny Kong to go and get her move. No, she doesn't have enough. Because I saw some coins on the other side of this thing, and I was kind of thinking, like, I should probably warp, but I don't actually know. I'm so bad at walking on this thing, like, you have no idea. Like, this is one of the hardest platforming things. But we were also at this museum, and as soon as we walked in, I looked at the gas pumps, and I'm like, huh, some of them are, like, clockwise, and some of them are counterclockwise, and I thought I didn't grab those already. Huh. Well then, we seem to be at an impasse of coins. Crap. Well then, I'm not actually sure what I'm gonna do right now, because stuff and things. You know what, I'm going to go, and I'm going to meet you. This is the first time I'm actually cutting to meet you somewhere, but in the LP, and it's a monumentous occasion, but I'm gonna meet you inside of the temple that we found Lanky at, and I'm gonna go and grab 3 coins, and I'm gonna go back to Cranky's, and I'll meet you back at Cranky's. So, 1 sec. Okay, totally should have grabbed these the first time I was here, but there's 3 coins there, and while I'm walking back, I might as well tell the story that I was working on the way here, but while we were at this car museum, there were a bunch of gas pumps on the first floor that we walked in on, and they're basically like shaped like a clock dial in the way that they measure the amount of fluid inside. And I noticed that like some of them were like facing opposite directions, like they'd rotate in opposite directions in order to like show how much fuel was actually in them. And I asked the dude, I'm like, so, do you know why they changed directions? Because I was like legitimately curious why they were different directions. And he said, well, that's just the way it is. Kongum Smallest, oh my god. I just love the way she looks when she takes the potion. It's so ridiculous. But yeah, he gives me this stupid answer. Instead of saying, like, I don't know, he says, that's just the way it is. And it's just like telling a child off for being like an idiot or something like that. And I looked at him, I'm like, are you serious? Did you just like actually talk to me like that? Because like I know I'm not a child, and I know I'm not an idiot or anything like that, but he definitely talked to me like I was fucking mentally retarded. And yeah, like I don't know, I didn't like that. And then I pointed out to him about 2 minutes later, because I walked around the other side, looked at one of them, and I'm like, huh, so it rotates in the other direction on the other side. So basically there's like, they had like a coil spring, and the coil spring was like hydraulically powered by the amount of fuel that was going through it, and it only rotated in one direction. So in order to have it read the same thing on both sides, they had to switch the direction in which it rotates on both sides, seeing as though like it's opposite sides and stuff like that. Like you'd have to go counterclockwise on one side and clockwise on the other side to actually read properly. And I pointed that out to him because he was giving me some stupid nonchalant answer, and then he's like, huh, Like, that's all he said, was he just looked at me and went, huh. And, that was basically the end of that. And then about 5 minutes later, I look around, and he's like, talking to one of his coworkers.
Mega Man, you use crystal coconuts, stuff like that.
And he's talking to one of his coworkers, and it's like, holy crap, like, I didn't realize this. And she's like, yeah, you didn't realize that? And she explained it, like, the same way that I explained it. And, like, they were going around and looking around at every single one of these, things. Like, every single one of these, dial thingers. Dude, would you stop killing me for, like, 2 seconds so I can actually get back up here? I know you're not the right guy, but whatever. So yeah, like, I see them walking around to every single one of these gas pumps, just looking at them and seeing, like, oh yeah, it's the same way, they're on opposite sides, they go in opposite directions on opposite sides. And, like, I found it, like, the entire point of this story is not the fact that, like, I outsmarted the guy or anything like that. Like, I couldn't care less about that. It was the fact that he gave me some fucking nonchalant answer, just like, oh, you're an idiot, I don't care about what you have to say. And just sort of, like, blew me off as just being, like, just trying to be a smart ass or anything like that. Like, I was just legitimately curious about something, and I'm going to die here. This is going to be my first death. Yep, totally my first death. Well, that's okay, because I always die in there. I'm not very good at that particular room. And you know what's funny is you could basically just, like, walk across the entire thing. But they kick you out to the start of the world, which is, I don't know, it kind of sucks. So I will just meet you back where we were, and we will go and do that thing that we were doing. So yeah, 1 sec. And conveniently enough, we can now take the 2 warp in here, so that's good. And that's how you're supposed to get this guy with Lanky, because he's lanky because he's got blue hair. But yeah, moral of the story that I was telling was basically, like, don't treat somebody like they're an idiot for asking a question when you don't know the answer to. Like, just like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with saying I don't know to a question. Like, if that guy actually said, like, oh, I don't know why this thing is like it is, then I would have just been like, yeah, whatever, okay. But it's just the fact that, like, people brush me off as being, like, a young, naive idiot or something like that. And it's like, no, it's not really the case. Like, it was just legitimate curiosity, that's all. And, like, I have been known to ask some pretty stupid questions in my day. For example, when I went on a field trip to the mayor's office when I lived in Nanaimo, I asked the mayor why the taxes were so high, and he just sort of stopped, and he was like, huh, is a kid really asking me this? Because, like, one of my neighbors was, like, supervising the field trip, and he was like, he wanted me to ask, so I asked for him. And, like, as a kid, I had no filter, and I still sort of have no filter. I just sort of, like, say what I want most of the time, and just, like, don't really care too much about the consequences. But I don't know, I gotta work on that. I've pissed off far too many people by just saying whatever the hell I want and not caring about what the consequences of it are. But yeah, I don't know. Ooh, we could go and do Lanky's thing now. I have no idea what it is. I should go and get those 2 blue balloons too, because I don't want to forget about those. Because in subsequent playthroughs of this game, I have been known to totally forget about those. And it's like, it always ends up being, like, the last bananas that I find in this game, because I always think that I picked them up and I haven't. Those bananas by the stairs are probably driving people crazy at this point. And you know what's odd is the first episode of this hasn't even gone up. Oh, that was an awkward jump there. But yeah, the first episode of this hasn't even gone up yet. Like, today is technically Monday now. It's, like, just after midnight on Monday. And yeah, like, I should probably stop recording so far ahead, but I have a feeling, like, see, I just said that you shouldn't do that, and then I started doing it. Like, I'm such an idiot, but, I have a feeling that this LP is gonna start being, like, recorded pretty far in advance, just because of the fact that, like, I'll wanna play it, and I kind of feel like I should have a practice file for this LP just because of that. Is this the one with the tromboner thing? Or is it the bongos? Yeah, this is the tromboner one. Thank God I actually got out of that pad without getting hit. I find, like, all of the music pads, like, that are important are guarded in this game, so it makes it, like, a lot more difficult to actually, like, go and and get to them sometimes. Oh, please tell me. Oh no, it's a bonus game. God damn it. I think I'm gonna save that for next time. Just grab the rest of the blue bananas in here and just call her a day or something like that. But yeah, I feel like I'm gonna get really far ahead recorded in this LP just because of the fact that I want to play it so much. And yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but at the same time, I feel like it's more genuine if it's like recorded only like a day or two in advance as opposed to like a month. And like, I can always tell when something's recorded like super far in advance. You know, I will do this time. Hopefully it won't be something that's ridiculously difficult.
Welcome to
Okay,
bonus day.
I don't think this one's that bad. I remember it being really loud. Basically what you want to do is, like, you want to get melons from the center and make sure that you shoot all of these cyclically, just like this, and you just want to repeat this for like 45 seconds. Like, it's super easy, as long as you don't like screw up and accidentally miss one. Or like forget to reload, because I have done that before. But like, these guys aren't even gonna ask for help. I'm gonna guarantee that right now. If I do this properly. Which kinda looks like I'm going to. I don't know. I also feel like a lot of this LP is me gonna be talking on autopilot, just because like I'm doing something like this, which takes like a decent amount of concentration. And yeah, just like words coming to my mouth. And I'm concentrating on the game, and there's turtles. I like turtles. Everybody likes turtles because turtles are great. Oh, I love turtles. And golden banana. That was like almost frame perfect. So yeah, we got 5 golden bananas in this episode. So that was 2.5% of the game right there. And I'm gonna end the video there. And with that, I'm actually going to show you the terrifying game over screen. I've always been scared to death of this, and I don't want to watch it because it's terrifying. Because anytime you see a game over screen and it's like this, it's like you have completely failed. It's like, I'm just shutting off the game. Calm your tits. Like, every time I watch this, I feel like I've completely failed the Kong family, because look at this guy, he's like maniacally laughing, and fucking laser thing is just like coming out of his chest. And look at this, like, this is absolutely terrifying. Like, he's gonna blow up Kong Island, and it's like a peaceful island, and K. Rool's just like blowing it up because you want to stop playing the game for a little bit. It's ridiculous. But anyways, I will see you guys next time. Goodbye, and thank you for watching.